Hello model car fans, welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Rao, and this week I'm going to feature a build here of a 70 Oldsmobile 442 convertible official pace car. Now this is a very rare car, actually kind of unusual in some of the aspects of its availability. Now when I was researching this, I built this one a while ago, back in like 2008, along with a few Oldsmobiles. And I basically just found a particular car and I just copied all of the details on it. At the time I thought they were pretty much all the same, but they're not. Oldsmobile, they produce something like 5,000 Cutlass convertibles, and I believe that includes the 442s. But when it came to the official pace car, they made 620 something of them. But what's to me was quite interesting is not all of them were 442s. I thought that was kind of strange because initially I thought they were. And this being a 442 model kit made it pretty much easy, and I'm going to build it as that anyway. So I specifically searched for 442 pace car convertible. But come to find out, a number of them were actually Cutlasses. Matter of fact, more than half. It was 624 or 626 pace cars that were made, convertibles. Replicas and everything, but only 258 of them were 442 convertibles. Now the 442 convertibles, all of them were 455 engine cars, which I believe was standard with the 442 package at the time, but not all of them were W30s. But I've read somewhere or seen later that the W30 cars didn't always have the W30 emblem here. Most didn't. They made them all look the same. But I built this one as a more of a standard 455 engine 442 convertible, and you know, it's pretty much because that's kind of how it came. And wheels posing itself there, so move it around, and that's pretty much how they were. And while this one was kind of fun to build, while refreshing my memory and going back and researching the cars again a little bit to refresh my memory on them, I didn't know some of that a bunch of them were actually Cutlasses and not 442s. Although they all looked the same. Even the Cutlasses had this hood, which you really couldn't get on the Cutlass convertible, but you could on the 442. So that was kind of a distinct feature on those, and even a number of them had 350 engines in them. I thought that's kind of cool reading about that. I didn't know any of this when I was building this. This is more stuff that I found out after going back and just refreshing my memory. But it's just a really cool car, and I like a lot of these pace cars. And when it comes to, and I like convertibles, that's just, for me, I just love convertibles. I don't know why. So if it is available in a convertible form, and the pace cars I think are just cool and just cool packages, so I kind of enjoy doing the pace cars. So when I ended up getting this particular kit, I decided that's what I got to do. I've got to build the pace car. So I had to look for the decals, which these are Fred Cady decals. But it wasn't that hard to find back then in about 2008 or so when I built this. I think I started some of them in 2005. But it came to me in an unusual lot. Watching eBay and just always searching resin and miscellaneous stuff, because I was really starting to get into the restorations and making other things out of stuff and just watching what would come up. And on eBay there was a lot auction that somebody had put up, and it was literally 3 of these Johan bodies. There was this convertible body and 2 coupe bodies, I guess a few interiors, like 1 set of bumpers. It wasn't complete. You couldn't build 3 cars with what was in the auction. I remember bidding on it and I won. I was pretty happy about it. And the main thing that caught my eye was this. And at the time, finding 70 442s wasn't that hard from Johan. And they weren't that expensive. They're still pretty plentiful, although everything Johan has gotten really expensive. But at the time, I'm like, alright, I have just about everything to build 1 car. I don't think I had a chassis, but that's when I'm like, alright, I'm going to put the 69 Olds 442 chassis underneath it. So I'll kit bash it, and I've seen a few of them done and they're really nice. So that's what I decided to do with this one. Matter of fact, I did that with all 3 of them. And since I'm pulling out my 71 to restore, and that one is beautiful and it's got everything to it, I'm just going to keep that one all Johan, because I've done a number of these and none of them are true Johan. I think the only thing that's Johan on this is the actual bumpers, because I had a set and I think I used them on this one. These might be resin ones from Model Haus, I don't quite remember, but that's what I used to complete the rest of them. Was what wasn't available. I bought Model Haus bumpers and conversion kits and hoods, and I made another one, a 70, and it was a Rally 350. I've shown that on the channel. I did another one as a 71 Olds 442 W30, and then eventually at about that time I bought the Model Haus 72 convertible. So I had a couple of convertibles, and that's one I recently built on the channel and shown. So that one's only a few years old, but this one is one of the early ones. And here's the underside of this one. And this one's the 69 442, and I don't believe this is the Hurst version. I think it's the regular 69 442 because it has the manual tranny. And I painted the engine blue to make it a 455. Yeah, manual tranny, 455. AMT tires, and then the hood, which this is all resin. And as far as this kit, I believe it was all American models. As far as the resin body, boot, and the hood were from them. And there's the engine. Now the intake is painted blue, so it's not a W30, and the fender wells really should be orange on this one, being a 442, even though it's not a W30. But I did them black on this, so I'm not really sure if that should be correct. I'm pretty sure that's something I missed on this one. And the W30, or being a 442, it should have orange, not necessarily a W30. But I believe those should be orange. And it was 72 where they started to get, where not all of them had the orange. So there's the engine, and that's the AMT engine. The whole engine compartment is AMT. Other than this part, I kept that on there. That's a Johan, but that's a resin copy as far as the top of the radiator. And the radiator support is a resin copy also. And then there's the interior. All nicely done. You know, nothing super detailed or anything. The 1970 bumper, and getting the exhaust tips to line up with the pipes. But there's the 70 Olds pace car convertible. And then I had a little mishap with this particular hood, because years later you can see the crack right there. Being resin and having it had little nubs right here, so you have to fold them and slide them in there. I had even the Johan hoods, they're brittle, and I've had one of those break on one of the javelins. And then this one, the resin actually broke right there, and I re-glued it. You can still see the glue mark, but it's fairly nice. So you know, I cut the nubs off so I don't have to squeeze them to take the hood off and on anymore. So that's why I do that now, and this is one of the ones that did it to me, so that's why I do that. I can't get the, there we go. Get the hood in the right spot. But do a nice little group shot here. Scoot that back a little bit. Here's the other one that was in that auction, and I completed it with more parts. I've shown this one on the channel. That's my Rally 350, and built that one. Had a lot of fun doing that one. And then here's the 71 442, which I've shown that one. And then that one's got the conversion kit, so it's got the 71 bumpers front and rear, and then the hood and Fred Cady stripes, the 71. But same thing, it's got the 442 chassis with the manual tranny. And this one I did the this one's a manual tranny also, the regular 442. For some reason I thought that was the automatic one. Maybe it's this one that has the automatic in it. Oh yeah, this one's got the automatic tranny. And that was the 455 Hurst Olds version that had the automatic tranny. So there's that one I've shown built on the channel, and then I've shown those on the channel as well. Getting a little crowded there with all of those. And then once I get that other one, but all of these are Johan based, even though these two are resin bodies, that being Model Haus and that being all American models. But having a little fun with the posing all the cars together. So I'll move some of those apart here and put the two convertibles. There we go. May have to do a 71 convertible when the Revell kit comes out, so I could have a 71 convertible. Unless I cut the roof off of the other one, but I'm not going to do that. That one being a nice kit and everything. But there we go. There she is. Just looks good in white with black interior, which all of these pace car convertibles were, that color combination with the strange red outline stripes. But I always thought that was pretty cool. Kind of bold and everything, but you know, enjoyed building these. Kind of love the Oldsmobile and the 442s. Just me a really cool car, especially from Oldsmobile. So I figured I would show this off this weekend. You guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday. And I appreciate all the comments and all of the likes and the subscriptions. I really appreciate it. And you guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday.